The night we were supposed to bond as mates, bar manager Silas had the bouncers drag me out of the back chamber of the Hollow and Fang. He walked out with the new female bartender instead. He looked at me like it meant nothing.
Nova's baby needs a father on paper. Once I divorce her, I'll marry you.
Everyone thought I'd swallow my pride and wait another month. After all, I'd already waited 7 years.
Dad?
But that night, I accepted my father's arranged match and left Dusk Hollow entirely. I vanished from his world completely. 3 years later, I was back to the town. My husband had a work emergency, so he had his people in Dusk Hollow to collect me.
I'll go along with whatever you say.
The Demon Spirit tournament here was about to begin. I was here helping my husband holding this. I spotted someone holding a carved bone marker. My formal name, Ren. Nova stood beside him, along with a handful of the bar's regulars. 2 wolf-bloods, a half-blood witch, a vampire.
Hey, isn't that you obsessed ex? Isn't that waiter Lena? See? I told you. She'd come crawling back.
She vanished without a trace. Now she sees Silas is rich.
She probably cries herself to sleep every night.
But Lena, if you were going to stage a reunion, at least show up in something decent. You can't afford better than that?
You look this pathetic?
I used to dress sharply every single time I knew I'd see Silas. Best clothes, best version of myself. Not anymore. No point. I was pregnant now. My husband had told me to wear whatever was comfortable. The clothes I'm wearing were chosen by him. I noticed. They only knew my old name. They had no idea I was the person they'd been sent here to collect.
Lena, hey, it's good you're back. Silas been asking after you for years.
Yeah, our son is entering the young training cohort soon. From now on, you're in charge of the drop-off.
He was still so incredibly arrogant, but I wasn't that naive girl anymore.
Hey, Lena, this is Nova.
I didn't want to waste another second on them.
Please don't blame Silas. He's just trying to take care of you. Who knows what kind of shady stuff you had to do to survive these years? Maybe a hooker.
3 years. Nova still wore that exact same expression. It still made my skin crawl.
All right, Lena, drop the attitude. You clearly can't survive out there, so stop throwing tantrums and learn your place. Damn, Lena! Look how good Simus is to you! He's giving you free room and board!
Isn't babysitting better than whatever trashy life you're living now?
Hurry up and say thank you!
Don't worry, dear. If my son acts up, I'll handle him myself. You won't be mistreated.
Why would she be mistreated? She bolted over nothing. She's back because the outside world didn't want her. A little humility is good for her.
The Silas who used to love me was long gone. He was no longer the one who protected me when I was sexually assaulted in the bar. That was fine. It was over. No point. I was about to have my second child.
Aren't you here to pick me up? Let's go. Pick you up? Please. Read this carefully. We're here for Rin. You even know who that is?
Rin is the lady of the Ashwheel line. She's mated to the Lord Caius, our bar's mistress. Yeah, Caius is a legend, child of the dark. He is coldest creature alive in the field, but completely devoted to one mate.
Rumor is he refused every offer for years, just waiting for Win.
Everyone who matters knows the rule. You want Caius's favor, go through Rin. She is everything to him.
3 years of marriage. Caius's bussiness had doubled. So had his reputation as the most fiercely devoted mate any supernatural alive had ever witnessed.
Caius had a one-of-a-kind piece commissioned, the Night Bloom Pendant, an enchanted moonstone set in black iron. He paid a witch lord's ransom for it, just to give to Ring. She's the most envied woman in every territory. That pendant! That's it!
Everyone quieted down and looked at me. Silas grabbed my wrist, looked at the pendant, then laughed.
Nice knockoff. Is this your salary for fucking man?
I pulled my arm back. I ran my thumb over the moonstone. Silas saw me smiling, and his expression changed. He grabbed my wrist again and ripped the pendant free. I wasn't ready for that. He got it.
Better quality than the replica I had made. Not that I'd ever wear mine outside. This outer territory imitation is something else.
Then she laughed.
Wait, don't tell me you're Rin. Don't tell me you're Lord Caius's mate.
The whole group fell apart. Of course they did. It was absurd to them. 3 years ago, I was just the wolf girl who'd been abandoned. Caius was a myth walking. No one had ever seen his face and lived to gossip carelessly about it. They certainly wouldn't believe that 2 people like that could have any connection. Nova swung the pendant around her finger.
I'll buy it off you, Lena. Double what you paid.
Give it back. Caius gave me that.
Shut up! You do not say that man's name. You want to spread rumors about being connected to him? You trying to get us all killed? Caius is the bar boss. We all answer to him. Everything depends on staying in his favor.
Whatever he saw in my eyes made him flinch.
Pathetic. For old time's sake, I'm letting this go. Take the gold, get yourself something decent to wear. If you don't want to watch my pup, I'll find you something tolerable. Don't worry. No thanks, I don't take things from strangers.
The Hollow and Fang is hosting the Grand Convocation in 3 days. I was gonna bring you, show you something real, but you'd need to actually look the part. Can't embarrass me.
I'm good, but thanks.
Fine. I'll take Nova.
I won't let you down. Hope you're still this confident in 3 days.
I put on a little charm ink, wore my comfortable travel leathers, and made my way to the Hollow and Fang alone. Silas saw me the second I pushed through the iron door. His eyes lit up.
Couldn't stay away. But if you're trying to win me back, you have to put in more effort. You can't show up to the Grand Conclation dressed like that. I'm talking to you. Our staff table is over here. Where do you think you're going?
That's your table. Mine is up there.
He followed my gaze to the raised platform at the far end of the bar. His face went pale. Nova spotted my pendant from across the room and screamed.
How did she get in here?
How dare she wear that pendant tonight of all nights?
Tonight is Lord Caius's first public appearance with his mate.
At the congregation. Is she trying to humiliate Rin?
Silas? Is this woman with you? No.
Take that pendant off and get out. You sure you want me to leave? Trash. Acting like it's something sacred.
Moonstone shards scattered across the old wood.
Throw her out. Stop. I'm Caius's... Oh, now you're his what exactly? His kept wolf? You wish!
I hadn't planned to make a scene tonight. Wasn't worth it.
Are you done?
But she'd made it worth it.
You show up chasing after me, wearing the pendant, dressed down on purpose? You wanted me jealous? Just say it and I'll give you what you want.
Silas, you're a dead man!
The enchanted chandeliers above the bar pulsed once. Deep gold. That light only activated for one person. The child of the dark.
Boss is coming. Behave. Nova and I broke it off, by the way.
I don't understand what this has to do with me. Did he think I still like him? Gross. And every supernatural in that bar went quiet watching him. His guardians scrambled to keep up.
Lena, I'll forgive you for the 3 years. I'll give you another chance. Have my pup. I promise I'll get rid of Nova.
Mom, what happened? Who hurt you? Why is there so much blood?
One word, Mom. Every creature in that venue turned from the boy to me.
I'm okay.
The ones who'd watched me get knocked around without doing a thing. All of them staring.
Who did this to you?
My chest ached looking at him. Caius was already toward us. That quiet, controlled walk that made the air in a room feel different. Supernatural creatures moved aside without knowing why. I felt him before I saw him. He was going to be angry. I knew that. Since I'd started carrying our second, the sickness had been brutal. Caius had barely let me out of his sight. The only reason I'd arrived separately was because of his business. If I'd known this would happen, I wouldn't have come ahead without him. Our son's white shirt made the blood on my wrist look worse than it was.
Dad, someone hurt Mom.
Lena, what happened? I'm right here and you're already hurt. I can't take my eyes off you.
Whoever did this!
He didn't finish the sentence. He didn't need to. The whispers completely stopped. Not the comfortable silence of last call, the kind that fell when every predator in a room recognized something far above them on the food chain. Silas's friends shaking hard. The female they'd spent 3 days calling Silas's pathetic ex was Lord Caius's mate. They'd seen the pendant. She told them multiple times.
Nice performance, Lena. Where'd you dig up these two? Nova can get them booked with a traveling carnival if they need the work. Not that you could afford the commission.
Petra had arrived late. She had no idea who Caius was or what his child looked like. She dressed up tonight to find a high-ranking mate. The fastest way to do that, in her experience, was to make Nova happy. Making Nova happy meant making me miserable. The entire venue stared at her like she'd lost her mind. That finally got to her.
You're actually quite something for someone standing next to her. If you ever want to leave, I wouldn't mind taking care of you.
My mouth twitched. She was propositioning my husband. In front of me, I genuinely could not decide if that was brave or catastrophically stupid. Caius found it funny, in the way a man finds something funny right before he makes it permanently stop. Over the years, anyone who tried to get close to him, slipping notes under the bar's private door, sending signals through intermediaries, making moves at the convocation, had vanished from every territory entirely. Petra finally registered the bar's energy. Nova wanted nothing to do with her.
You just insulted Lord Caius and his mate? Do you want to be exiled from every territory at once?
Lena is Rin? I just offered to take care of Lord Caius?
Caius's reputation as the most protective mate in any supernatural circle was not a rumor. Petra's magic had misfired completely. It happened to witches when their nervous system went into freefall. Every suppressed spell she'd been holding activated at once, and the result was a spectacular, humiliating, involuntary display. Caius's jaw tightened slightly. Two of his people materialized from the shadows and quietly walked her out. Nearby, a healer Caius had summoned was cleaning the wound on my wrist.
Could you be slightly more careful?
The healer's hands started trembling.
He's helping me, stop.
They immediately turned identical wounded expressions on me.
Okay, I know. I'm sorry. Keep going.
She's fine. The baby is fine. The wrist is the worst of it. I'll use the best healing balm we have, do everything possible to make sure there's no scarring.
Caius said nothing. I knew that silence. It was the one that came right before something irreversible. Silas was sweating. He'd spent the last 3 days telling his ex to care for his pup, and she was, in fact, his boss's mate. Watching Caius with me now, Silas felt something he hadn't expected. He recognized it as jealousy and hated himself for it, but he couldn't afford to act on it, not with his position on the line.
I want to know exactly what happened. Everything. From the beginning. If I have to piece it together myself, the outcome will be significantly worse for every single one of you.
It was a misunderstanding, my lord. It was a misunderstanding, my lord. As her former intended, I was simply connecting with her. Things got out of hand.
He said former intended with a particular emphasis. Male ego, the absolute worst moment for it. Caius was holding a glass. I heard it crack.
You probably know she was quite devoted to me before she left. Reconnecting after years apart, it's natural that emotions...
The glass shattered in Caius's grip. Blood ran down his fingers.
Stop! Stop trying to get between us. You had your chance and you threw it away. Don't flatter yourself.
I have loved exactly one person my entire life, and it's you. Every creature here can hear me say it.
Lena. Nova and I are finished. Completely done. I know you mated with Caius to punish me. I get it. I'm not angry. Just come back. Nova can disappear. Just come home with me.
I stared at him for a long moment. I honestly could not believe what I was hearing. His arrogance had no floor. Caius's blood was smearing onto my wraps, but as I urgently pressed the binding to his palm, he suddenly let out a low, genuine laugh.
Why are you laughing?
Lena, you just said I'm the one you love most.
Our son made a face and looked away. His cold, fearsome father was currently acting like a lovesick hatchling, all because I defended him. The rumors are real. He is completely devoted to his mate. Silas stood there, his knuckles white with humiliation.
Cub tender? My mother is the most protected one in our den. You think you deserve her?
I know all about you. You're the one who broke my mother's heart. You're not as impressive as my father, not as strong, not as well-formed. And you smell like someone who peaked too early and never recovered. It's making my eyes water. Is your hatchling gonna grow up leeching off others just like you?
The guests surrounding us erupted. They couldn't help it. Everyone in that clearing knew the truth. He had coasted for years on Nova's family resources. It was not a secret. Hearing all of this, Nova had completely lost her grip on rational thought. Talked bad about her son made her mad.
You little wretched! I'll kill you!
I didn't think. I let go of Caius's hand and threw myself entirely over our son. A blinding, searing pain ripped through my back. The color drained from my face.
Joel, are you...
I wanted to tell him not to cry. I didn't get the chance. I woke up in the bar owner's private office, which had a bed specifically for the owner to rest.
Oh, thank God! You're awake! If you had stayed under any longer, your mate and your son were going to tear this entire bar apart.
What? She was definitely exaggerating.
You're both fine. The healer said it was shock and pain, that's why you went under. The unborn is completely safe.
That Nova is something else. Going after a cub with a blade?
My son, Caius. Are they?
Both fine. Physically, completely fine. Slow down. Drink. You didn't need to throw yourself in front of him. Your husband will protect him.
That's Chot.
I know. He's your whole heart. That terrifying little creature. He doesn't need protecting. He's more dangerous than most full-grown warriors.
Where are they?
Getting revenge. I wanted to come along, but your mate and your son are genuinely terrifying when they operate together, so I volunteered to stay with you instead. When I arrived, you were already under. From what I pieced together from the witnesses still standing, your son watched you collapse and went completely still for about 2 seconds. Then he picked up the knife Nova had dropped and drove it straight through her hand, into the stone below.
A cub. I don't know where he gets that kind of strength.
Caius found out about the strike at the border crossing 3 days ago, and the pendant, and everything they said to you. He had his people hold Silas down, and they dealt with the hand he used to hit you. Nova's face received the same treatment, and then Caius had a chest of gemstones brought into the clearing, all the shards from your broken pendant, and he told Nova that since she loved taking things that belonged to you so much, she could have them. All of them. She had to swallow them. You know what Caius said? You love taking what is hers.
You love taking what is hers. So here, I am giving you everything you wanted. The stones and the mail.
She refused at first. So Caius had her hatchling brought in. Then she did it. She swallowed a great many shards. They worked her over until she was barely conscious. Then Caius had her dropped beyond the outer bounders. Face first. Everyone who stands by and watches you get hurt is banned from the bar's transaction list.
That's my boy, Caius. The child of the dark was precise and he was cold, but every time I so much as bruised my arm, he acted like he'd personally failed. He was brutal because he was afraid, not of losing power, of losing me.
Lena, it's me.
His face was still swollen. He'd managed to find a decent cloak, the one I'd given him years ago, the one he'd told me was plain and unworthy of his rank. He had his methods for getting past sentinels, apparently. I stayed where I was. Last time I'd moved too fast, it had cost me. He seemed to read that.
I'm not going to hurt you. I just needed to...
What?
I still love you. Every time I think about you with him, I can't breathe. I know it's too late. I know what I did. But I can't just...
Raylan, you were with another female while we were still bonded. You let me humiliate myself. You abandoned me and destroy me.
And then tonight, when you had the chance to do literally anything else, you stood in front of my mate and told him I was devoted to you? You've had 7 years and 3 more to figure out what you want. What you want keeps shifting based on what you can reach. That's not love.
I was always your contingency, and you were never mine, not really.
You gave me this for the winter solstice. I told you it was plain.
I know.
I kept it. Lena, you're up. Are you... Does anything hurt? Do you need...
Father, she was fine 2 minutes before you got here. She was talking and everything.
Are you okay? Tell me you're okay.
I'm okay.
You say that every time.
Because it keeps being true.
Mom, are you upset that Father raised his voice at me?
Did he raise his voice at you? Chal? Did he raise his voice at you? Chal?
He didn't yell.
Caius.
He was scared. We both were. He wasn't really yelling. He was just loud.
Protecting you is also my job. I'm not sorry.
I know, Mom.
Amy eventually took Chal to find food, and it was just the two of us.
I'll do better. You won't be alone like that again.
Caius, this wasn't your fault.
You were alone and you got hurt.
I got hurt. That's not the same thing as being alone. I'm not made of glass. I'm also not leaving. You understand that? I'm here. I chose this.
You chose it because your family arranged the alliance.
I chose to stay. Every single day for 3 years, I chose to stay. That's not an arrangement. That's me.
I thought about the hidden chamber behind the clan tapestry, his quiet, years-long devotion that he'd never once spoken aloud. The young, unblooded creature eating alone at the edge of the training grounds every day, while I stuffed a pouch of resource tokens into his pack and told him he was my honorary younger clansman.
You want to know what I was thinking? I said. Every time things got hard and someone told me I'd bonded with the wrong mate, that they'd never seen you bring me warmth stones when the cold fever took me, or stay awake beside me through 3 full nights because I was homesick and couldn't sleep, or look at me the way you look at me when you think I'm not watching. They were comparing you to whoever they assumed you were. I know who you actually are. I don't need you to be fearless. I just need you to stop assuming I'll leave. I'm not going anywhere.
He brought my hand, didn't speak, didn't need to. They kept me in the healer's den 2 extra days, Caius and Dre's insistence, not the healer's. The morning they finally let me return to our den, I walked back through the entrance and stopped in front of the bonding tapestry. We were both so young in it. Caius, already composed, already guarded, the barest pull at the corner of his mouth, like he'd practiced not smiling until it became habit. Me, looking sideways, like I hadn't fully believed in the moment yet. Image after image after image, etched in the old way. Dragon memory stone, the kind that holds a moment in its surface like pressed light.
Lena, I can explain.
You noticed me first. I gave you resource tokens at the training grounds because I thought you couldn't afford to eat. I told you that you were my honorary younger clansman, and I never even asked your name. I didn't know it was you until I found these. I'm a little upset it took us this long. Think about all the time we wasted.
You're not...
Upset about the stones? No. I'm glad. I'm glad you kept looking.
I never thought you'd say that.
I know, that's the problem. You've been waiting for me to leave since the day I arrived. I'm not leaving. I've told you. I'll keep telling you.
For how long?
As long as it takes for you to actually believe me.
Outside, the ancient forests of the abyssal reach kept moving, wind through the canopy, the distant sound of wings, the slow pulse of a territory that had stood for 10,000 years. And I stayed exactly where I was.